I wanted to talk about the real reason that you haven't set up your LLC if you're dragging your feet. And typically it has less to do with the cost or timing or product or market fit, and it has more to do with identity. Now, I am of the belief that a lot of people want to start a business, and what they'll do is they'll buy a domain, maybe they'll set up a website, maybe they'll get some business cards. I think those are phasing out. I don't know, I'm getting old. But what they don't do is they don't set up the LLC. Why wouldn't they do that? They know it's something that they need to do as the next logical step. Well, it's because it feels really real. You're actually setting up a legal entity, and that's kind of scary in its own way. But you're also kind of saying, like, planting a flag in the ground and saying, like, no, I'm doing this thing. I'm an entrepreneur. Now, the reason that people can delay these kinds of things is a principle called the commitment and consistency principle. What that is I learned about this from Dr. Robert Cialdini. And basically, when people make commitments, they want to act consistent with those commitments. So you can think of commitments as actions, right? So sure, you've taken the action of setting up a domain and maybe setting up a business website or whatever it is, but then all of a sudden, like, the LLC trips you up and you're just like, no, I'm not ready for that. And you come up with some excuse in your mind, but really it's because you don't feel like a true entrepreneur. You don't have that entrepreneur identity. Now, if I'm being honest, I didn't feel like a real entrepreneur for years. I would tell myself all the time, I'm just somebody who makes content and I make money online and I, do some consulting and people hire me for stuff. And for some reason in my bones, I was like, I don't think I'm even a real entrepreneur. Like, I think I need like 10 employees and certain, numbers that I got to hit. All that's bullshit. It really is. Because you're an entrepreneur when you say you're an entrepreneur, okay? And the way you get there is by making commitments and acting consistently with those commitments that are very similar to how an entrepreneur behaves. So if I had a piece of advice, if you're dragging your feet getting your LLC set up, is that you can dissolve and close an LLC just as easily. It is not the big commitment that you're making in your mind, but it is a signal to yourself that I'm doing this thing, I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm not going to settle for getting to the end of my life and wondering, what if I did that? What if I took that leap of faith? What if I took that chance? That is the real reason I make content, is I hate seeing people who don't bet on themselves when they have so many gifts that they have to give to the world. All right, good luck. I hope this helps.